everybody, and welcome into the John Q. Hammonds Arena alongside Casey Jordan. I'm Jim Douthit, and the Broken Arrow Tigers are here tonight, Casey, as we have the number 6th ranked team in the state. We got to see the number 1 team in the state in Jinx on Tuesday, and now in come the Tigers. So, tough loss for Union Tuesday night. What does Union need to do to rebound from that?
You know, there's a lot to take away from it. You lost in overtime to the number 1 team in the state, so there's a lot good that can come out of that. So you want to see them to turn that into this game of playing good team basketball, and you got a good dynamic trio that you're going to probably lean on again tonight.
We talked to Coach right before the game. I talked to Coach Garcia right before the game as well. And what was great about that is he said they spent 2 full days working about nothing but defense. Had a couple of old players in McQuarters and Flood come down, work on some defensive drill things. And those 2 players told Coach Garcia, if they play that kind of defense tonight and then match it with the kind of offense that these kids could put on the floor, they're going to be unstoppable.
Yeah, you want them to use that length. You want them to use their speed to their advantage. So, you see it a lot in the girls' game with their speed and their full court press, and that's something the boys can do. It's just, they need to understand that they need to use their length. They need to get in their gaps, fill gaps, backside penetration, so they'll be all right. They just need to work on it a little bit more, and they'll be just fine.
You mentioned it. There's a trio of players, and one of the ones I want to mention tonight is Chris Mason, because he really put on a show against Jinx. He led Union scores with 24 points. Jinx really didn't have an answer for him down low, and for whatever reason, Coach Garcia didn't go back to him in overtime. Regardless, he showed the kind of sophomore player that he can be.
Yeah, Chris is kind of in that same position that we talked about with Trent last year, just kind of understanding just how good he can be, how good he is. So, he's going to be a young player that they're going to lean on quite a bit this year because, flat out, he is very, very good.
McQuarters will return tonight for Coach Garcia. We could talk about Mims. Mims was one of those guys that we hadn't seen play before. He came off the bench for Coach Garcia and seemed to put a little bit of spark because it was a flat start for Union against Jinx in the first 2 or 3 minutes of that first quarter.
Yeah, no, it's that's very rare that you see with these boys. That typically they come out and they're playing with a lot of, you almost have to rein them back because they're just come out so fired up, ready to play. But sometimes you need that spark off the bench, and Mims came in and gave them exactly what they needed.
So that's it for us. The starting lineups and Union Broken Arrow coming up right after this.
Good evening once again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the John Q. Hammonds Arena on the campus of Union High School for tonight's matchup between the Broken Arrow Tigers and your Union Redhawks. First, let's meet the visitors, the Broken Arrow Tigers. At 6'1", a senior number 1, Braden Johnson. At 6'6", a junior number 3, Connor Dow. At 6'5", a senior number 12, Anthony Allen. At 6'5", a junior number 15, Ethan Ellison. And at 6'3", a senior number 25, Aaron Johnson. Head coach for the Tigers is Bo Wallace, assisted by Mike Humphrey, Kiri King, and Chris Wallace. And now for the starting lineup for your Union Redhawks. First, our ball boys tonight. David Foley, Bennett Bates, Evan Villert, Kyrie Tyndall, Jackson Clemens, and Erickson Moore. At 6 foot, a junior number 0, Malachi McElwee. At 6'3", a sophomore number 1, Dalen Fuller. At 6'3", a sophomore number 11, Cedric Dixon. At 6'9", a junior number 22, Trent Pierce. And at 6'6", a sophomore number 31, Chris Mason. Head coach of the Redhawks is Rudy Garcia, assisted by Steve Geary, Mark Ritter, and Brandon Golphin.
Welcome for game number 2. As you're looking at a live shot inside the John Q. Hammonds Arena, better known as the UMAC in Tulsa, Oklahoma, as the 6th-ranked Broken Arrow Tigers descend in to play this Union Redhawk squad. Coming off a tough loss for Union, but you talked about it in the opening, Casey. It was something, there was some positive things that they could build on. They took the number 1 team in the state to overtime as we're just underway and Broken Arrow comes away with it.
Yeah, I mean, you had it took a game or a game tying 3 at the end of regulation, sent into overtime. You still only lose by 2, so there's a lot of confidence. Even though you did take a loss, there's a lot of confidence that can come out of that.
Something that they worked on in the 2 days since was a lot of defense, and there it is on display as Trent Pierce says, no, thank you. And he'll get the big swat.
Yeah, you're going to have to go in a little bit quicker than that whenever you have Trent trailing you.
Just the length that Pierce has is tough. Now on, nice drive inside, nice reverse, and Dow gets the first 2 for Broken Arrow. Now McElwee brings it up. Mason will control it here. Over to Fuller. Fuller shoots the 3. It's good! Fuller with a big 3 right out of the chute.
Yeah, Fuller's young, but he has a lot of potential.
Drive there. Allen, the 6'5 senior with authority.
Looked just like me back in my day.
Yes, sir. Another 3. Off, rebound, contested there. Can't come away with it. And Mason was the only one underneath there for Coach Rudy's squad. Now Allen. Over to Ellison. Ellison with the drive, can't get it to go. Tipped away, a nice hustle there as it's controlled by the Tigers. Inside, can't get it. McElwee will come away with the board, and he'll try to slow it down just a little bit here. Get everybody set up. Now Fuller puts it on the floor. He'll drive, step away, can't get it to go, but the foul, he'll shoot 2.
Yeah, Union's going to have to watch Ellison. He's pretty explosive whenever he gets a full head of steam coming down.
Yeah, 6'5 junior. He flat got some wheels there. Fuller will go to the line and shoot 2. misses the first. We're just underway, 6:25 remaining in the first quarter. Just past 8:10 Central Standard Time here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. We welcome everybody that's watching. Grandmas, grandpas, aunts and uncles, friends across this great nation and possibly the world. Right here live on the Union Sports Network as we're in for a doozy tonight. Number 6, ranked team in the Tigers here at John Q. Hammonds. Puts down a 3, doesn't want to take it. Stepped away. Johnson now does some work. Far side drive by Johnson. Can't get it to go.
Yeah,
And Dixon will come away.
You see Trent's length there. You know, he really had a good look at a 3, but Trent closed in very closely. You know, 6'9" frame, probably a 7'1" wingspan. That window closes very quick.
Now Chris Mason, we talked about him in the opening. His coming out party was against Jinx. Can't get that one to go. But that's going to be out of bounds on Union. And Broken Arrow will come away with it. Not quite the shot selection I would like to see Mason take there, I don't believe.
No, but he's, kind of coming in from that last game. He's trying to make his presence known pretty early, which, you can live with that because he's very good at what he does, and if he can get rolling underneath, Union will typically have a pretty good night going forward with that.
Matched up against a 6'5" senior in Allen, and Allen gets his 4th point of the evening. Coach Garcia barks some orders. The lead is too early on here for the Tigers. Now Fuller gets it in stride. Out high to Mason. Mason back to Dixon. Dixon will point some fingers, get Trent to set the screen, back to Pierce. Pierce takes the 3, in and out. Doesn't fall, rebound by Dow, and he'll get it up ahead quickly. Now to Johnson. Johnson with some fancy moves, puts it back to Allen. Allen up high to Dow. Dow will drive, kicks it out. Broken Arrow trying to work it inside, but defensively, Union's doing a pretty good job now. Now there's a drive and a kick out. Inside, can't get it to go. Boy, and a great hustle there by, I believe that was Ellison, to knock that back.
Yeah, you really don't want to see that as a Union fan. You had 3 Union players just kind of standing there, not really going up for anything, and allowed Broken Arrow to punch that back out and have another opportunity, which turned into 2 points.
Now Ellison with a nice little move underneath, and the lead is 4. Fuller will set it up. He picks it up. Nice dish there. 3 ball doesn't go. Nobody there to rebound. And that's something we got to clean up now.
Yeah.
Not in the second quarter. We got to clean it up right now.
Yeah, it came out a little flat out of his hands. And
yeah, but nobody underneath the board.
No.
Walking away from it. Can't do it. Long 3. Can't get that to go. And again, everybody's just looking at the ball. Little Euro step action. Can't get that to go. And Mason will control it.
I really like these boys. They play very good defense. They love to shoot the ball, but one thing that they continue to do, and it could be a problem all year, is they just don't crash the boards.
And as big as they are, as long as they are, that's something they've got to do. I mean, you've got a 6'3" sophomore in Fuller, a 6'3" sophomore in Dixon, a 6'6" sophomore in Mason, and a 6'9" junior. And I'm not even mentioning McElwee because he's only 6 foot. But as I look at a stat sheet, we've got inches on Broken Arrow. If you total them up, that would mean, I would think to me, you need to control those boards.
Yeah, realistically, it should be that way. But, Broken Arrow came out, and they're not afraid to show, hey, we're just as athletic as y'all are, even though you're taller. And right now, Union's just trying to kind of let things come to them, and you can't do that. You got to go get it.
McQuarters is in. We talked about his absence, the 6'1" senior. He checks in. I think it's a big deal, too, because that was something that we talked about. We thought we missed McQuarters a little bit because of the spark that he has and that he brings this team, so we'll see what he can do here. McQuarters is in along with Mims. So Mims and McQuarters gets a little action here. They'll be joined by Pierce, Fuller, and Dixon on the floor for Union. Nice job there. Quick pass. Good ball movement here so far. McWhorter's looking inside, trying to get it to Pierce. Can't get it. Up high, he'll shoot the three. Can't get it to go in and out, but there's McWhorter's hustling. And that's okay, because that's what I talked about. There's the hustle in McWhorter's.
Yeah.
Going for the loose ball.
But the one thing that Union's doing a much better job so far than they did against Jinx the other night is they're moving around. They're not just being stagnant with the ball on offense. You see a lot of cutting. You see a lot of ball movement going side to side, which is, to me, a very good sign for them moving forward. As long as they can keep doing that, it's going to go in eventually.
Turnover, up ahead to Pierce. Pierce with a jam. Boy, and he fell kind of hard, but he jumps up real quick. Nice jam there, and it brings the fans alive here.
Yeah, you love the toughness there from Trent to get right back up. You know, no disrespect to a lot of players, but they probably would have laid there because that would have hurt. But Trent gets right back up.
And Johnson with the move inside, and Pierce will foul, and he'll go to the line and shoot the bonus.
Yeah, Union's going to have to figure out something on defense because these Tigers, they're coming right at them.
Yep.
They're not backing down, and they're saying, hey, we're going to drive in. Are you going to stop me? And if not, I'm going to take it.
Mason will check back in. Dixon will have a seat now. And the 6'3 Johnson gets it to go, and the lead now is 5. McWhorter's holds up, listens for Coach Garcia's orders as he barks him from the sideline. And here we go. McWhorter's to Dixon. Up high to Mims. Over to Pierce. Now Pierce goes to work. Guarded nicely there by Ellison. Good job by the junior in Ellison.
Yeah, him and Trent's been they've been going at each other pretty hard so far.
Oh, step back. 3 good. Oh! Ellison forgot his shoes on the baseline there.
I hope he saw that, Coach Boynton, because it looked pretty good from my angle.
Now Broken Arrow kicking out. Up high. He puts it on the floor. Throws it back. Dow. Now Dow shoots the 3. That's going to be short. Off the hands of Mims, and that'll go out of bounds. Just couldn't hold on to it.
Yeah, that was smart there on Allen. He was about to go for it, kind of trying to make a hustle play, but then he realized it was touched last by us, so he quickly backed off.
I'm not too sure. I saw Coach Garcia kind of talking with the official. I'm not too sure what he was asking or asking for or arguing for in 4 of, but we'll see how that plays out the rest of the year. Now Dow. Dow outside, long 3, can't get it to go, and Mims will control it. He'll come down with the board and Pierce up ahead quickly to Mason. Mason now decides what he wants to do, drives baseline and muscling it around, and blocked there nicely by Allen.
Yeah, Allen played just about as good a defense that you could want right there on Mason.
And another block, and that's 2 down there for Union. And 11-9, and finally a little bit of defense showing up for Union as McWhorter's will set it up. There's going to be, the net's off down here. Ball get out of bounds. That'll give Dason Cook an opportunity to check in. So Cook will check in, and Eric Madrid will check in. Fuller and Madrid check in. This is the first time we've seen Madrid in quite a while, I think since the Sapulpa game, so this will be fun to watch. Madrid against Cook.
I think he played a little bit in the Jinx game.
Did he? Okay. I may be corrected there. Regardless now, Dixon controls it. Over to Fuller. Fuller to Pierce to Mason. Mason's going to use his muscle, get it inside. Can't get it to go. Pierce, rebound, Madrid! And he barely had to leave his feet. And we're knotted at 11. Now Allen drive, can't get it to go. And Allen with the nice drive.
I want to say big man with the ups, but sadly he just stands there and hand bat touches the rim.
Yeah. He didn't have to jump very much. Nice job by Madrid to get 2.
He's going to have a nice little career for himself here, but I like to imagine him at a little 2A school with the kind of damage he could do.
It would be kind of fun to watch.
Averaging 40 points a game.
Broken Arrow will get the 1.4 remaining. Pierce at the buzzer, no good. Boy, it was all net, but it was on the outside of the net. So 12-11, the Tigers are on top. Second quarter coming up right after this. Back live here, ready for second quarter action. And as they were coming out of the timeout, I noticed Coach Garcia kind of corralled him real quick and was barking a couple of things, not too sure what he said. But I think that intensity, he wants more of that intensity from these guys.
Yeah, they closed out the last of the first quarter there very well, offensively and defensively. So you want to see more of that from them. Because, you know, whenever they really get in a rhythm and playing good defense is when you see the best from these guys.
And Madrid will start the second quarter for Coach Garcia, and they're going to get it inside to the big fella. He'll go to work. He loses the handle on it, though. Can't control it, and that's all right. Up ahead for three, in and short there. Rebound, Broken Arrow, partially tipped, and I think that was Madrid on the block. And that's going to be ball to Union.
Yeah, Madrid's still trying to, you know, I know it's hard for some to understand, but Madrid's still trying to figure out his body. And once he gets used to this big 6'10" frame and probably going to be about 7'1" by the time he's done, he can and will be a force down there once he figures it out a little bit. He's still young.
And I love how Pierce looks for him underneath, you know. Mason with a violation on time. He needed some help, and he was asking for it. That's a mental mistake. I think probably on Mason's part, pick that ball up. Nobody coming to help him out, though.
A little bit on both sides of it, you know. Kind of sometimes we see Union get to where they do just stand around a little bit. So you want to see someone come trail in and help him, but you're right. He shouldn't have picked it up there because he had plenty of room, so not really for sure why that happened.
Now Broken Arrow tries to drive the lane, kick out, back inside. He'll put it on the floor, up. Nice little dish there, can't get it to go. The tough shot. Boy, Madrid's size underneath, I think, is kind of confusing the 6'3" senior in Johnson.
When you turn around and you have Madrid, Mason, and Pierce all standing there, it can be a little overwhelming.
Now puts it on the floor. Nice pass to Pierce. Pierce, little teardrop floater, can't get it to go. But he battles and gets his own rebound to Madrid and in.
Look at that with the assist.
Pierce seeing the floor and no hesitation to give it to Madrid, and Madrid's got 4. Now the 3. Cook in and out. Ball out of bounds. That's going to be awarded back to Broken Arrows. I think it went off Pierce's foot, didn't it?
Yeah, Pierce kind of turned around too quickly, you know. Equates to football with a receiver catching it and turning up the field too quick without catching the ball completely. That's exactly what he did there.
Aaron Johnson will have a seat for the Tigers. Now inside. Howell for 3 to Cook, and Cook gets 3 there. Howell to Cook, and the lead is 2 for Broken Arrow. Mason gets the ball, throws it out far. Long 3 ball there, and Dixon's got 6. And a 3 ball, can't get it to go. Hustle there. Great job to hustle. Dixon can't get it. Can't pick it up, and that's going to be ball out of bound on Broken Arrow. Yes. Broken Arrow's ball out of bounds. Dixon went over to plead his case, but he didn't win it. Broken Arrow inbounds the ball down by 1 with 5:40 remaining here in the second. On the floor for Broken Arrow is Johnson and Sutton. Be joined by Cook, Allen, and Sutton, my apologies. Can't get that to go there. And Broken Arrow comes back away with it quickly up the floor. Couldn't get that to go. That's going to be a foul on Pierce, I believe.
Yeah, that's a tough foul because it's not like Pierce was intentionally trying to go at him, but you just get caught in that wrong spot when someone's trying to come up behind you with an alley-oop.
But if he's got, and it's almost, and I think that's what Coach Garcia is arguing, he's going over his back.
Yeah. I mean, it's considered kind of like a blocking foul because he was boxing out as midair, but he didn't really know that he was coming around him like that. So you can't really fault Pierce there on that. So
Mims will check back in.
I think that's what
Pierce
Coach Redmond's saying. He's saying, hey, he didn't know he was there. He wasn't trying to do that. So
Coach Garcia will always argue for his players. Now Ellison checks back in. And Coach Bo Wallace has had a steady stream of players on and off the bench, trying to find the right combinations. Knotted at 16. So the ref reminds Mason he has to tuck his jersey back in. So Mason does that, and here we go. Dixon will bring it up the floor. Dixon, Madrid, Mason, Mims, and Fuller on the floor. Now inside to Madrid. He'll kick it way out. A little quicker pass, and we might have got a shot out of that. Now Fuller. He'll drive, step back, a nice little 20-footer there. Maybe 15-footer.
Yeah.
Great job there.
Fuller's really good about creating distance whenever he drives in. So, he's only a sophomore, but he has a pretty good IQ of where he's at on the floor.
Mims with a rebound. Fuller brought it back up. Mason loses the handle on it. Broken Arrow will come away with it. Sutton brings it up the floor. And it's stolen there. Fuller up ahead. Little razzle-dazzle action, can't get it to go. And by golly, Coach Garcia throws his hands up in the air. And, at this point, you slow down a little bit, make your shots. You get a little bit of a lead, then you can do this razzle-dazzle nonsense. But right now, you need to play a little basketball.
Yeah.
It's smart basketball.
I mean, he had numbers, and he wanted, everybody wants the highlight reel play, but there's some instances where it's best just to tuck the ball, pull it back out, reset.
Big Eric Madrid gets a hand from the fans, yeah. Nice to see Eric get some minutes in here. Madrid got a nice hand from the fans as he has a seat.
And deservingly so.
Now Fuller, over to McElwee. McElwee and Fuller will play catch along with Dixon. Up high, and they're just trying to slow it down a little bit until they find the shot that they want.
Yeah, they're trying to create some lanes for Mason coming in high on the free throw line.
They're guarding Mason closely. Coach Garcia barks some orders. 3:20 remaining now. As McElwee barks orders of his own. It looks like they're going to start the same thing. Now Fuller, they'll switch inside to Mims. Mims puts it on the floor. Nice little shooter there. Can't get it to go. Missed time, but right to Mason, and he puts it back in. Right place, right time, Casey.
Yeah, it was unfortunate there for Broken Arrow because they played really good defense that possession. It's just the ball got hit right to Mason, and he took advantage of it.
Ellison with a drive, and Mims will get charged with a foul. Ellison will go to the line and shoot two, the 6'5" junior. .255 remaining. What do you like in Union right now?
I really like the defense that they're playing. They're not settling and just letting them just attack the basket kind of like they did for the first couple of minutes. They've really settled in, and I love how they're moving the ball on offense. They're against Jinx. I think they just kind of stood there a little bit too much, tried to play a little too much one-on-one. I like the ball movement so far on offense.
I will tell you this as well, and we talked about it in our opening. The last 2 days, Coach Garcia and his squad, that's all they worked on is defense. So in the fact that you like their defense is probably the reason for that is the work that they put in the last couple of days.
Yeah, we were told that they had the 2 best practices they had all season in a row, so you like to hear that coming in against the number 6 ranked team in the state.
Now Fuller couldn't get the 3 to go. Broken Arrow rebounds it, and they're going to go quickly up the floor. Nice job there, can't get it to go, and nice job there by Mason to not get the foul as Allen tried to drive. Quick hands by Johnson, but the ball goes right back to Mason. And 3! Dixon for 3.
He's feeling it from the three-point line tonight.
Long 3 there. Right back is Dow. He was left all by himself, and you can't leave that boy by himself, or any of these players by themselves, really, that are on the floor right now. Now Dixon. Dixon to Fuller. Now Fuller drives the lane. Nice move there, and he's fouled. Can't get it to go, and he's kind of upset that he couldn't finish that play. 1:42 remaining, 23-21. Fuller will go to the line and shoot 2. So for Union, it's Mason, McElwee, Fuller. Saunders is going to check in. Saunders will have a go at it as Mason has a seat. So let's reboot here. Mims, Saunders, Fuller, Dixon, and McElwee. For Union, and in and out. Controlled by Broken Arrow with 1:40 remaining. Up by 3 of the Redhawks. And down the floor, Johnson, and he'll cross the timeline. Up high to Johnson. Couple of Johnsons. Nice 3 ball there. That was a great look. Boy, Dow with a nice step.
Yeah, that's back-to-back 3s for him.
And knotted at 24 we are. Bo Wallace barking some orders. No job there. Sanders can't hold on to it. Rebound. And that'll be Union ball out of bounds.
Yeah, you want to try to ride this hot wave of Dixon, but you also don't want him forcing things when he doesn't have to.
Now Madrid will get an opportunity to check back in. Sanders will have a seat. And Eric Madrid's getting some quality playing time and clutch moments for Coach Garcia. Now McElwee looks for a lane, gets it inside to Madrid. Madrid just gets mauled, and they'll go to the line and shoot 2. And that's something the big fella's going to have to get used to.
Oh yeah, he does well in JV, playing the JV games, and I appreciate what he does there. Whenever you get here though, you get some taller guys coming at you, and they're going to create some of those lanes that are going to be harder for you. But I love the confidence that he plays with.
Yep. Damon Sanders is getting ready to check back in. I'm not too sure who for. Unless probably switch with Madrid again, I imagine, after these second free throw. And he'll make 1. That a boy.
Yeah, getting you a defensive substitution, putting Saunders out there to, help out with that. But on the offensive side, you take advantage of Madrid's height and get some points out of the deal.
And I believe that's Madrid's 3rd point of the evening when he sank that 1 of 2. Now Broken Arrow will work it. 50 seconds remaining. Puts it on the floor. Nice job there. Boy, howdy. Ellison with a nice step move and 1.
Yeah, Ellison plays with really good control. Even though he came in hot, got a good first step, and once he gets some momentum coming down the lane, he's tough to stop.
Nibblebink will check in now for Broken Arrow. Mims will have a seat. Mason will check back in for Coach Garcia. And they complete the 3-point play. Now McElwee will bring it up. 40 seconds remaining. He'll slow it down. Fuller's looking for some direction. Kind of held his hands up in the air like, hey, what are we doing? They get the direction. Ooh, almost traveled there. Nice control by McElwee. And Dixon around the horn. Over to McElwee. McElwee will stop, give it to Sanders. Sanders tries to look inside for Mason. They're trying to get it to him, it looks like, with now 15 seconds remaining. The Tiger fans come alive. Mason gets the ball. He'll go to work. Inside to Sanders, up high. Back to Fuller. Fuller will shoot it inside to Mason. Gets it to go, and it's good. That is good. He called it good and the foul. I believe. Wasn't there a foul called on that?
I thought there was, but evidently not.
Evidently not. So we're knotted at 27 after a late basket by Chris Mason. We'll take a timeout. It's halftime here at the John Q. Hammonds Arena. Knotted at 27. You're watching Union basketball on the Union Sports Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the floor your Union Varsity High Steppers. Officers for the High Steppers are Lieutenants Grace Eastep and Isis Bridges, Co-Captain Taiwana Lark and Captain Brenda Terrazas. High Steppers are under the direction of Christy Posey, Sterling Scheidler, and Ashley Mathis. Once again, your Union Varsity High Steppers. Your Union Varsity High Steppers.
You guys just got to enjoy the Union High Steppers here during halftime. We're knotted at 27, Broken Arrow Tigers and your Union Redhawks, and I'm joined by none other than Assistant Superintendent John Federline. And John, thanks for joining us here on the Union Sports Network. So let's get right to it. There's been a lot of chatter. I hate to bring up the social media aspect of it, but it's the world that we live in. A lot of folks in Oklahoma City and other parts of the state ripping on schools in general about closing down because of COVID. Tell us exactly what's happening.
Absolutely. COVID is just it's rough on all of us. It's especially rough on our public schools. We at Union are doing everything we can to stay in in-person learning. We know that's what's best for our kids, but there definitely comes a point where we are not able to do that with the lack of staff members, not only in the classroom, but also with our bus drivers, with our food service, with our custodial staff. We have got a huge percentage of our staff that is out with COVID or other illnesses right now, and we are just simply unable to have in-person school for our secondary sites. As you know, we were able to go with all of our elementaries open the later part of the week, and then today we had to shut down 5 of our elementaries. We are really hoping that this weekend and the day off on Monday will get us back healthy. We're not going to make a decision for next week until we get a little bit more data in. But I will tell you that our numbers are higher than they have ever been at any stage in the pandemic right now.
Right, and we're talking about, that's the thing. It's not like this is new. This is something that we haven't seen since the start of this. Gosh, it's almost been 2 years now, and it's kind of frustrating to say that, but it's been 2 years.
Absolutely right, and you've probably seen, speaking of social media, I can't say enough about our administrative team. We've had secondary principals, we've had you and your team at the CCC that have stepped up and substitute taught at the elementary levels to try to keep us open. Dr. Hartzler, our superintendent, was in a 5th grade classroom at Ochoa the other day. Everybody's just got an incredible all-in attitude, trying to stay open and do what's best for our kids in this district.
So now let's be fair to the process. Union's not the only one that's going above and beyond. We talk about us. We have this opportunity here to talk about it, but your colleagues, our colleagues across the state, it's not like they're sitting on their hands saying, we're closing schools.
Absolutely. We talk to our fellow superintendents all over the state and all over the Tulsa area, and everyone is doing all they can. There's not a single person that we talk to that is saying, hey, we're just going to shut it down for a while. Everybody wants to stay in person. Everybody realizes the learning loss that we've had over the last couple of years because of COVID, and we want to get those gains back up. We want to make sure kids are in school. But this is it's overwhelming us right now with the level of illness that we have.
And it's not just us, it is everything. So we can talk about a lot of things, but one of the things that we got to be fair to the process as well is saying, hey, if we've got enough teachers, but we don't have enough bus drivers come Tuesday, Wednesday, we're still in the same position. If we don't have enough people if we don't have enough child nutrition staff to feed our students, that's another position that we're in. So there's so many pieces to this puzzle. We can't just say, well, all our teachers are back. Well, that's great.
Right.
But there's so many pieces.
And our administrators, the administrators in charge of all those different departments you mentioned, do such an excellent job of diverting resources, of recruiting people from other areas. And I will tell you that if there is any way possible for us to shift things around and be in person, we will. The public can be assured that if we go to distance learning or if we're not in-person school, it is because we have exhausted every possible resource up to that time.
And that's it. And the other side of that, too, is our substitutes. It's not like we have a ton of substitutes to pull from in the first place. They're in the same position that we are. I mean, it's not like this isn't affecting everybody across the board.
Absolutely it is. And the number of adults that are out, they may not be sick, but their children may be sick. They may have a family member that they are caring for. And so we want to really, really cognizant of that and be really caring to our Union family and make sure that everybody has the time they need to get well and their family members to get well. And when we do start back in person, we want everybody to be healthy.
Yeah. And I tell you, you talked about us at Ochoa. A number of us stepped out over to Ochoa, and I was in a kindergarten classroom, and hats off to every elementary school teacher out there. I've never taught in the elementary school classroom. I had a blast. Those kids were phenomenal. That's work that I don't know what to say.
It absolutely. Subbing, if you haven't had the privilege of subbing in an elementary classroom, I encourage everybody to do it because it gives you a huge appreciation for how challenging it can be sometimes, how rewarding, but also how challenging. It takes a lot of energy to be an effective teacher. And that's the other thing is we don't want just schools to be open and kids to be supervised. We want our normal level of high quality instruction for all of our kids, and that takes healthy teachers. It takes healthy staff members at all levels.
Very good. So, hey, we got about 30 seconds left. Let's talk basketball. What'd you like so far?
Fantastic. I love that last possession. I thought we showed a lot of patience. I hope we can be a little bit more patient on offense. I know talking to Coach Garcia, if we can be a little bit patient, we can get a great shot. we've got to do a better job blocking out on the defensive end. The other night at Jenks and tonight, there's a couple times where if we just get a body on somebody, block out, secure that rebound, we're going to have more possessions as the game goes by, and hopefully come out with a W for the Red Hawks tonight.
There you go. That's for sure. He's John Federline, Assistant Superintendent for Union. John, thanks so much for joining us. I appreciate it. You bet. We'll be back second half right after this. Welcome back for second half action here at the UMAC John Q. Hammonds Arena live in Tulsa, Oklahoma. He's Casey Jordan. I'm Jim Douthit. And hey, real quick, our next broadcast for Red Hawks basketball is going to be this Tuesday as the girls and boys both welcome in Booker T. Washington, the Hornets, coverage starting at 6 o'clock right here on the Union Sports Network, and Union Jinx basketball tournament is going to be coming up next Thursday and Friday. So we'll tell you more about that during our broadcast, but some interesting stuff. We're hoping that you and I are going to get to make our debut possibly on Cox Cable here, along with our Union Sports affiliate. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out for you and I.
Yeah, I was told I'd get a makeup artist and everything, so
Wow.
I'm pretty excited about it. I just signed a new deal for us.
Wow. Is it NIL, so reaching here as well for
Yes,
you and I?
yes.
Okay, that's beautiful.
Sephora is going to be our main deal coming in.
Okay.
We get 2 free mascaras a month.
Oh, that's beautiful. We'll get back to basketball. Here we go. Broken Arrow controls, knotted at 27. They'll kick it out. Don't want to leave him alone because he's going to drain it, and that's Ellison. He'll shoot another 3, and Ellison's got 10.
I want to say he started the first half with the 3 as well.
I believe you're right. Ellison and Dow, you cannot leave those 2 boys alone. That's for sure. Now McElwee. McElwee will set it up. He'll look up high to Pierce. Pierce will get it to this side. Over to Dixon. Dixon back to Fuller. Fuller's going to drive and get 2. I think he got away with a little push off there, possibly.
Yeah, I think so. Got to be careful with that because luckily the refs, just like the Jinx game, have been letting them play, and I enjoy it, but you definitely got to be careful with extending that arm out and so you don't get that foul called on you for an unnecessary push.
Now Johnson. Johnson, fancy dribble. He'll pull it down and pass it over to Ellison. Now Dow. Ellison and Dow play catch. Now Ellison drives the lane. Nice move there. Woo! Sweet little spin move. And Ellison looks like he can do it all over the floor.
Yeah, Ellison and Pierce have got a little chirping going on between each other, kind of telling them, hey, you might be D1, but guess what I just did to you?
Yeah, I love it. I love that kind of stuff. That's all right. It's supposed to be competitive. Now Pierce for 3, and he drains it.
That's one way to shut him up.
Yep. And we're knotted back at 32. Back and forth it goes. Drive. That's probably a good no call on that either way.
Yeah, I mean, I know I just said it, but the refs are letting them play, and I love it. Good physical basketball, and you know, as long as they're keeping it clean and nothing's getting too out of hand, you can enjoy some tough basketball moving forward.
Inside to Mason. Mason gets blocked there, and a foul. Ooh. Dow thought he got all ball. Mason wanted the foul and got it there. The way his hand reacted with that ball coming out, he may have got a piece of that.
Yeah, I think he got it more at the end, but regardless, you still got the hand, so they're going to call it every time.
Mason misses the first. Something that Coach Garcia's group has got to clean up a little bit here too is their free throws. Mason will sink the second of 2. 34-33. Tigers on top. Johnson will bring it down. Now Allen, stolen there. Pushing the paces, McElwee up, and nice finish.
Yeah, in my head, I was telling him to back it back out, slow it down. He had 1-on-4, but it shows he knows more than I do. So,
well, and he's confident in going to the rim like that. Now the three, and in. Allen with the three ball, and it's raining threes for the Tigers right now. Now here's something we don't want the Red Hawks to get in the habit of, is thinking they got to answer 3 for 3. But he tries it, can't get it to go, and that's exactly what I was talking about.
yeah, sometimes they get ahead of themselves and think that they have to shoot the three, and that's definitely just part of basketball these days. You live and die by the three, and that's something you don't want to do.
And Allen airballs that sucker all the way in. Nice hustle there by Johnson, but he'll throw it out of bounds. And the fans come alive in the student section screaming airball with 4:43 remaining. They got to go find a new basketball, I guess. McElwee.
Yeah,
And that was just mental mistake there.
I'm not for sure what was going on
McElwee was just
there.
left all by himself with nobody to inbound the ball to. Pierce hustles back
Yeah, both of your point guards were.
all the way down the floor. So mental mistakes need to be cleaned up now. Inside, can't get it to go. And Allen will go to the line and shoot 2. Coach Garcia's a little disappointed in what he's seen in the last 30 seconds or so from his Red Hawk squad.
Yeah, it seemed to be mental mistake after mental mistake for the last 30 seconds. So you definitely want to see them clean that up.
Something they can't go to now, that's for sure. You're in this game only down by 2. Make it 3. Mason will take it out. He'll get it into McElwee, and we'll bring it up properly this time. Now Fuller looks inside to Mason. Mason pushes that big body around. He's going to say he traveled. He may have taken too many steps there. Well, the Mason we saw against Jinx and the Mason we're seeing tonight against Broken Arrow are 2 different young men. That's okay. He's young.
Yeah, I mean, he's had a few mistakes, but he's still playing really well. So you want to keep instilling that confidence in him and let him understand that it's okay.
Pierce up ahead. 3 ball for Dixon. Great court vision for Trent to get that ball up ahead. And Dixon pulls it down for 3. Broken Arrow tries to answer. Rebound there, Johnson. Rebound, Mason. I believe there's going to be a foul underneath. Mason's going to get charged with his 3rd foul.
Yeah, he's upset because
And Mason is upset.
he should have got an over-the-back call before that. That wasn't called, and then he had to come in and try to help clean up and ended up getting a foul called on him. So
Mims is going to check in. I'm assuming he's going to take Mason's spot. And that's the youth that we see in Mason. It's youth we see in most of this team a lot of the times. Little things like that get under their skin. And Broken Arrow will miss 2 shots. Now McElwee brings it up. He'll slow it down. Pierce is to his left. On the floor is Mims, Dixon, and Fuller. And Fuller has the ball. Cross court to Dixon. Inside, Mims. Turnaround, Jay. Good. That was the shot that we needed against Jinx.
yeah, it was a really nice move by him there. He pushed him going to the left. Nice seal with the elbow. He didn't get wild out of it. So
A long 3. Dow from way outside. And Dow's feeling it. Dow and Ellison are both feeling it from way out. I mean, that's Steph Curry range right there, Casey.
yeah, Golden State's probably going to be looking at both of them pretty soon if they keep shooting them from that distance.
Pierce can't get it to go. Mims with a great hustle. And he'll get fouled underneath. And that's what we're talking about. Mims is the guy that came off the bench and did spark Jinx. He's back out. He's sparking Jinx again.
You know, he does everything that you want from the young man. He comes in, he hustles every single play. He's never out of any play because he's always somewhere around the ball, and you can't ask much more of that from a role player coming off the bench.
6'7" junior, putting in some quality minutes for Coach Garcia. Coach Ritter telling him how to shoot free throws. Ritter saw something in Mims's delivery he didn't like. We'll see if it works here. Can't get it to go. Hustle. They're going to say
Left early.
left early. As soon as it left his hands, he knew it wasn't going. He was trying to hustle.
A little bit different than it used to be. You used to be able to come across early. Now they don't allow that much anymore.
Johnson, the 6'3" senior, will bring it up for Coach Wallace and his squad, and that ball's out of bounds. Tipped by Pierce. And Dow will take it out. Right now, I'm going to say that Union needs to control the Ellison Dow show for sure, because you don't want him shooting a three, and there we are, some tight defense, kicks it out. Now Ellison will drive. Can't get it to go. Pierce with a nice hustle. Rebound there by Fuller. And Fuller brings it up. Over to McElwee as Broken Arrow goes to a little full court press. Now McElwee drives, can't get it. There it goes. Whoa. A friendly bounce. Didn't look like it was going to bounce that way, because it didn't bounce that way when we had Jinx.
Yeah, some of those are tough because you want to kind of go up and fight for a rebound, but if you touch that ball at all, it's going to be a goaltending call. So.
Yep. Allen with a nice turnaround jumper over the 6'9" junior in Pierce. Now a three ball. Good! Fuller for three. And he's got 9. The lead is 2 now for Union. We've had many lead changes this evening.
Yeah, something tonight from Union that we haven't seen in quite a while is you see a lot of people getting involved when it comes to scoring. So whenever they can do this, they're a tough team to play with.
Long three ball there, can't get it to go. Tipped back in. Johnson with a nice job there. Can't box out, and Broken Arrow gets in a quick putback. Timeout on the floor, and we'll take one as well. Knotted at 45, 1:18 remaining in the third. We're back after this.
Visit PinnacleDesignCo.com for more information.
We're back live here with 1:18 remaining in the third. Knotted at 45, Union ball. And McQuarters and Madrid are back in with Mims, Dixon, and Fuller for Coach Garcia. I really love McQuarters' game. Pierce sitting on the sidelines. He'll come in.
I love that they're putting so much faith in the young man Madrid. He's earned his playing time. Kind of coming through the JV side of it, but he's a really good player for kind of what you get out of him.
And there's a foul called on Ellison, and Ellison is going to have a seat.
And his size is just something you can't equate for and understand just how good, big, and leveraged he can be.
Cook checks back in for Broken Arrow. Pierce checks back in for Union. So now McQuarters over to Fuller, to Pierce, back to Fuller. 43, 42, 41 now remaining. Long three there. Can't get it to go. Got to fight for the rebound. That should be Union ball. Out of bounds, yes.
Yeah,
Now, Cedric Dixon, I love you, but you got to follow your shot, son.
and I mean, I don't mind the look, but Madrid had his man sealed, and he was asking for the ball. And if he gets a good seal like that, feed it to him.
Yep. Mason checks back in. McQuarters will have a seat. Mason quickly gets the ball off the glass, and nice. Nice job for Mason, and he'll get his 7th point. Now inside, Cook gets it inside. He's triple teamed. Quick feet there by Dow. He gets it, drives lane, and Madrid gets the foul.
Yeah, that was a good call. I mean, you hate to see it from the young man, but that was a good call.
Madrid's first. And you said it, they've let him play. I mean, 3 team fouls for both sides. And they're letting him play. And Dow can't get it to go. 22 seconds remaining. Coach Garcia looking at 2 defensive players already back for Broken Arrow, and Dow will get the second of 2.
Yeah, I like that they're letting them play because, used to you'd see 30 or 40 fouls in a game, and it just really slows it down, kills momentum for both sides.
Nice tip away. Dow runs, can't get it to go. Broken Arrow comes around with a rebound, and the bucket. 3-2. Tip stolen at the buzzer, no good. Boy, in a sloppy last 5 or 6 seconds of that third quarter.
Yeah, you can see the disgust on Coach Redmond's face. He's not happy with the last 10 seconds there.
Yep.
You had guys just kind of standing around, not wanting to fight for a rebound, and then a lazy, sloppy pass coming out. And they got lucky that ball didn't go in because it quickly could have turned into a 5-point play in 10 seconds.
And it's funny now Coach Garcia goes over and has a knee and is talking to his starting 5. So we'll take a quick 30-second timeout. Fourth quarter coming up. 48-47, Tigers on top. Back live here, getting ready for fourth quarter action. Hey, it's the Union Jinx basketball tournament, and that's going to be held this coming Thursday and Friday, January 20th and 21st. We'll have all the Union games live right here on the Union Sports Network, and Cox Cable will be airing all the games as well, both live and here at the UMAC and at the Frank Harold Fieldhouse at Jinx. So that's boys basketball 2022 edition of the Union Jinx tournament. And that returns January 20th and 21st. That's next week. Right here on the Union Sports Network and Cox Cable. Now stolen. Broken Arrow controls it. And a sloppy possession there to start the fourth quarter for Coach Garcia and his squad. Now Dow. When that young man's got 14.
Yeah, that was a big play right there for him.
The lead is 3 now.
He's got some deceiving speed on him. Once he turns the corner and he gets to going, it's hard to, and he plays with good leverage. He doesn't get out of control once he gets to moving, so.
Mason with the ball, looking inside, can't get it anywhere. Now Mason will shoot the 3, way short there. Pierce with a nice board to Madrid, and it's good. That's following it. Now Coach Garcia with a quick timeout. What's the reason for that? We're going to keep it right here. What are we doing there?
There wasn't much movement. It looked like they kind of drew up with an offense that they were wanting to run, and you could see that there was a lot of miscommunication. So you kind of want to rein it back in, settle them down, say, hey, it's okay. Let's readjust, resettle, and get back to it.
7:03 remaining. Good bucket there, and it was nice to see when we shot that three. There was a couple of guys that our players underneath the basket where they're supposed to be. They're not walking away.
Yeah,
They're not walking away. We got to crash the boards, and you've said it.
Nice vision there by Trent to hit Madrid right out of it and get him a nice 2. He's up to 7 points now, so it's a big night for him.
It is a big night for the big sophomore. We're going to come up with a nickname for Eric. We're going to have to talk to the team. It's got to come natural.
If he develops a 3, I'm going to start calling him Big Country.
See, that's what I thought of every time that he's on, but I'm like, no, he's not really Big Country.
Well, that's what made Big Country great, is he could shoot the 3. Yes. So, Shaq said he was one of the toughest people that he ever had to guard.
Cook with a nice drive there.
It's kind of unfair to Madrid to compare him to Big Country, but.
Well, I imagine, I don't know a lot about Big Country when he was in high school, but I imagine the commentators there probably had some of the same discussions that we have about Madrid. I mean, Big Country was a big boy for a long time, still is.
Yeah, it was different, though, playing in Gans, Oklahoma. For some of you that don't know, Gans, Oklahoma probably has 200 people in the whole town.
There you go. Pierce will get charged with a foul there. Pierce will pick up his 3rd. The lead is 3 for Broken Arrow, 6:15, 6:14 now remaining here in the 4th. And it looks like we're going to have another close game tonight, just like we did on Tuesday night. The drive and one. Allen drives and gets the bucket. It's going to be Mason's 4th. 14 points for Allen. He'll shoot for his 15th right here. And get it.
Yeah, that's the 4th foul that you really don't want if you're Mason, because you were just trailing in to give help defense, and you're the one that ended up getting caught with the foul. So that's tough for the young man tonight.
Now Fuller will put it on the floor. He'll get it over to Dixon. Dixon will survey what he's got. Mason comes up high. He'll get it back over to McElwee.
This is where Union really needs to be smart and understand they don't have to have 3s here. They can still run their offense, quick settle it down.
And no sense of urgency quite yet. The lead is only 6, right, Casey?
Yes,
you got to get a bucket
correct.
here, but it's not like you got to push something you don't want to shoot.
You can definitely settle and live with 2 because you're only down by 6, so it's 3 possessions, you're back in it.
And there's Pierce inside, can't get it to go. That was a good look. That was a good possession. Not a great shot, but it was a good possession for Union down the floor. Now Cook for 3.
It was a good possession, but you had no one crashing the boards. You had Trent working inside, and everybody else is kind of standing outside. You're down by 6. You got to start crashing right now.
And Fuller for 3, and Fuller's got 12.
Fuller and Dixon tonight from the 3-point line have pretty much matched what Broken Arrow's done on their side with their dynamic too.
Now Dow. Dow's been dangerous all night, but so is Cook off the bench for Coach Wallace. Allen, far side, drives a lane. Johnson will get the bucket. They're exchanging buckets. Now Pierce will bring it up. Crosses the timeline, and he'll probably give it back there to McElwee. McElwee now drives off the glass and good. Nice job. McElwee with a nice drive and finish there.
Yeah, that was a good possession there by Union. They got a tough draw down here because you have a 6'5" Howell on a 6-foot McElwee, so you could see a lot of isolation down there on low on him.
They're going to work against Mason. Knowing that Mason's got 4 fouls, they're going to go against him the rest of the night, kind of what we talked about in the girls' game against TK.
Yep.
Now Pierce.
It's smart basketball by Broken Arrow. You go at him. You can get one of Union's best players out.
Long 3 again. Not the friendly bounce this time. And Dow will come away with a rebound. Up ahead quickly is Broken Arrow.
Once again, no one crashing the boards.
Right. Drive Allen again. Or excuse me, Johnson again. And the lead is now 7 for Broken Arrow. Now I'm going to believe there's a little bit of a sense of urgency. We're down to 3 minutes almost here.
Yeah, there is. And, Broken Arrow's doing the one thing Union's not, and that's crashing the boards.
Yep. And Pierce took way too many steps there, but they're going to have a conversation. The refs are going to talk about a foul.
I think they're trying to decide if that was a jump ball or not, but,
I don't know, but we got about 1,000. No, that's not true. We got about 100 refs behind us that are trying to tell them what to do. We're going to find out right here. Foul. Broken Arrow get charged with a foul. Cook will have a seat, and Ellison, the ever dangerous Ellison, will check back in for Broken Arrow. So a foul off the ball, not a shooting foul. Union gets the ball back. Love seeing the refs come together. Even if that call wouldn't have gone our way, at least they got together and talked about it. Long three, partially blocked. Pierce with a long rebound. Right place, right time.
Yeah, you got lucky there still. Once again, you take a shot, everybody's just standing there. Luckily, Trent was standing in the right place, but you got to tell these guys, down by 7, go get some rebounds.
I think we need to get Chris Mason's grandma on the phone. Stolen by Dow. Up ahead. And the foul. Fuller will get the foul charged. Bucket's not good.
That's his first foul, so you can live with that foul. You don't want to give him an easy bucket to extend that lead, make him earn it at the penalty shot. Or free throw line, sorry.
No, I get you. I'm sure there's been some hockey references over my career here. We've talked about Dow will make him pay there on the first one. Dow with 15. Allen with 17. And Ellison with 14 for Broken Arrow. Broken Arrow will take a timeout with 2:40 remaining. They extend the lead to 9, and we'll take a timeout as well. 63-54 is our score. We're back after this.
Enjoy fun, food, and games. Visit andybees.com for more information.
Welcome back to John Q. Hammonds Arena. 2:40 remaining in the fourth. The Tigers are up by 9. But Union's got the ball.
Yeah, you gotta play quick here, but Broken Arrow has all the momentum, so you got to do something. You got to have 2 good possessions here by Union to.
Not like that.
Nope.
Can't throw it away. They were looking for Mason inside, and the possession arrow also is in favor of the Tigers.
I tried to speak it into existence, but it didn't quite work.
Yep. Drive and a block. Fuller with a big block there. Let's see what they can do with this possession as we come up on 2 minutes remaining. Now Fuller will get the ball back. He puts it on the floor. Over to Dixon. Dixon back to Fuller. Fuller take the jumper, can't get it to go. And Coach Garcia not happy with the shot selection there, I'm going to assume. Now Dow. Oh, I thought he was going to shoot the 3. He gets it inside to Ellison. Ellison, turn around, can't get it to go, and Pierce will come away with it. Time's beginning to run out. Now Fuller drives and a layup. And a layup. Down by 7, 1:38 remaining. We talked about what Union needed to do over the next 4 games. And we talked about the fact that we've got 3 of the top 10 teams in the state coming here. In Jinx, Broken Arrow, we'll see Booker T, who has an undefeated season. As of right now, they're playing Owasso. It's a big ask, but if this lead holds for the Tigers, what can Coach Garcia use as positive so far?
You know, if you can somehow, you know, they're only down by 7, so it's not necessarily out of the realm to think that they could come back and make this either a tie ball game or win it. But if you can get it close and, you know, walk out of this looking at Jinx and Broken Arrow, close losses, you know, one in overtime, one in the regulation, you can look at that as, yes, losses on paper, but 2 wins of saying, hey, we know we can play with these guys. So the next time you see them, you know that you played a little bit sloppy in the second half here and you kept it close, you cleaned it up, you have a good chance to beat them the next time.
Broken Arrow get the ball out. Full court press by the Red Hawks. Quickly up ahead. Johnson will cross the timeline. Guarded closely there by McQuarters. McQuarters with some fouls to give. It's probably pretty smart.
Yeah, they're still, they're getting close to the 1-1 now, or at it now, so.
Oh, now they're at it, okay. So McQuarters and Mims will have a seat. Mason and Fuller will check back in. So the original starting 5 here, yes, for Coach Garcia's squad. Broken Arrow's been good at the free throw line tonight. Quickly up ahead, 132, 131 now. McElwee looking for something. Far side is Dixon, he gets it to him. Almost double team quickly, but Dixon gets it out of his hands. Now McElwee to Pierce. Pierce for 3, good! Trent Pierce with 3. And the lead is only 6. Great pressure by Union, but Broken Arrow gets it across, and that's going to be thrown, and that's going to be back. Backcourt violation.
Very good defense right there, and that's exactly what you needed.
And if that's part of the defense that they practiced in the last 2 days that we've alluded to, it's starting to show up now. I guess it's better than ever. Better than ever. Now Fuller. Partially blocked, now it's stolen. And there's the foul by Pierce. Pierce is going to get the push. I'm not too sure how many times that Fuller has to have his hand slapped before there's a foul called there. And we had a pretty good angle at it. Regardless of what I say or what I think,
Well,
Johnson will go to the line and shoot.
You know, the fans were calling for an up and down, but whenever the ball gets hit like that, you can come back down with it.
And put it on the floor. Now Pierce goes to work. High, outside McElwee. He'll drive. Nice finger roll. Can't get it to go. Mason tries to get it. Broken Arrow comes away with it. Still lead is 6. And a timeout by Coach Wallace. Great full court press here. 38 seconds remaining, and that's what we need to do is continue that full court press and work that defensive prowess that we saw here just a few seconds ago.
Yeah, they're gonna make a defensive substitution here to kind of get some of your quicker defenders in who don't have as fouls. So if they don't get the ball back quick, they're gonna get a foul, and you're not wasting one on.
Got it. So it looks like McQuarters, Sanders, and and Mims are gonna check in. So, how much time are you going to let tick off the clock until you actually do foul? Any? Are you fouling immediately? Because we talked about this in the Jinx Union game. You alluded to the fact that you want to give them a second to see if they turn it over.
Yeah, you know, and that's just personal preference. Give them a couple seconds, see if you can force a turnover. You know, you don't want 10 seconds to go by before you foul them, but let them inbounds it quick transition. If you get the turnover, great. If not, foul them.
35, 34 seconds. So you're talking 3-4 seconds at max.
Yeah.
If you're the coach, you're wanting to tick off.
You know, you have that internal clock. You know, you're trying to get to 4 Mississippis before you let it go. So you just don't want to let them try to get all the way across half court before the 10-second rule.
Sanders, Mims, McQuarters, McElwee, and I believe Fuller. Yep.
So
And
now,
Broken Arrow gets it away quickly. Alley-oop, and it's stolen. 33-32, and that's just as good as we could ask for. Broken Union up ahead. Teardrop can't go, and the foul. And McElwee will go to the line and shoot 2. Ugly, but we'll take it.
Yeah, it was definitely an ugly possession. You got lucky and got the ball back, but you know, I'm not a big fan of that offensive possession right there, which you don't have your offensive crew out there. You got your defensive crew out there to try to get a takeaway. So,
but he's going to make him pay. Braden Johnson checks back in as David Howell has a seat for Coach Wallace and the BA Tigers. The lead is 5 for Broken Arrow. McWhorter's talking to Saunders, telling him what he needs to do. Misses the second of 2. Broken Arrow comes away with it. Now you gotta foul quick. Right, gotta foul quick. There we go. McElwee with a quick foul. And Ellison's gonna go to the line. And of all the players that we want going to the line, Ellison's not one of them. Now in steps Mason Pierce again, along with Fuller and McElwee. Dixon will stay on the floor, but he'll probably be out of your frame shot as he's standing in front of the Union's bench. Rebound there. Pierce up ahead, 19-18. He's going to push the pace, shoot the 3. Not even close. Mason, nice hustle there. Nice hustle there by Chris Mason. He's going to come up a little lame. That was an awkward fall for him.
Yeah, Coach Redmond didn't like that shot at all, and I agree with him because it was, you know, nowhere near getting your feet set. You were falling into it, and you know, you just.
Now he's got a foul. Oh, and possible steal, but the foul with 7.1 seconds remaining. It's getting just starting to get out of reach, Casey.
I don't know. You know, we saw Reggie Miller scored 11 points in like 6 seconds one time, so.
Yep, for sure. Pierce will be left all alone. Braden Johnson will go to the line and miss the first. The lead, you're right, is only 5. 7.1 seconds remaining. And he'll make the ever-important one. Lincoln Smith will check back in. Got a long way to go, and you got to make him quick. He'll drive. Nice dish it in. 66-62, 1.3 seconds.
Yeah,
The lead is 4. Go ahead.
Down 6, I'm not for sure why you settled for 2 there. You had 7 seconds left. So, I don't know.
So I'm not too sure what's happening here, but whatever Coach Garcia said to the officials went over and told Coach Wallace, and Wallace was not happy with the news that he was given. So they're going to add, that's why they're going to add another 0.7, 0.8 seconds, so it's 2.1 seconds left. So inbounds, you're going to foul immediate.
Yeah.
You need a 4-point play.
Yeah, that's why I don't know why you settled for 2 there. You had 7 seconds left. You needed a 3, and you know, other than hoping you get fouled on it, but
right. Broken Arrow's been smart enough not to take those fouls.
you know, Broken Arrow, they're smart when they play. They knew that they weren't going to foul there. You try to contest it a little bit just so you don't give an easy layup, but you know you're not going to foul in that situation.
Players left all by themselves down in this end, and a quick foul there. Wow. Jump ball. And the possession arrow will go to Broken Arrow, unfortunately. Yeah. He called jump ball. Possession arrows to Broken Arrow. Timeout, Broken Arrow. And the fans behind us are going to be upset about that. But you know what? Hey, No foul. I'm okay with that. I mean, it's still Broken Arrow's possession. And if the fans would notice that, they wouldn't. I don't know if they'd be as upset about it as they are right now.
I mean, you still got the ball.
Yeah.
You're going to inbounds it. By the time they foul you, it's going to be 0.5 seconds, down by 4. Even if you miss the free throw and you get it, no one's going to foul you.
Right.
So
They're going to let you go as far as you can go in about 0.5 seconds.
I mean, I understand being upset about some calls, but that one's a silly one to be upset at, in my opinion.
66-62. Hey, don't forget, Casey and I'll have Union Booker T Tuesday night. Girls are at 6, boys are at 8. Hope that you could join us here on the Union Sports Network. We want to appreciate John Federline for coming and hanging out with us. They'll catch it, ball game. So that's it for the Union Red Hawk basketball this evening as Broken Arrow defeats Union 66-62. Our next broadcast on the Union Sports Network, as I mentioned, comes to you this Tuesday as the Red Hawks host the 8th ranked and currently undefeated Booker T. Washington Hornets. We'll be on the air with the ladies first as they tip off at 6 p.m. and the boys to follow around 8. So, for our crew, Daniel Lopez, JC Ford, thanks JC for stepping in and helping out. Our producer-director, Andy Irwin. Casey Jordan, I'm Jim Dalfin. Good night from the UMAC in Tulsa.